edition of the Tampa Bay Business Journal hits newsstands today, and editor Alexis Muellner is here now to talk about some of the week's big stories. Good morning.
Hello,
Happy
dear.
Friday.
Good to see you.
Good to see you, too. We start out with some, I guess, good news. Banks are showing some improvement, but like most good economic news, there is a catch to this one.
There is. I mean, the nice thing about banking numbers is that there's data, and we look at them very, very closely. And the latest data shows that the community banks in Tampa Bay are showing some better numbers. The profits are up, and some of their problem loans are getting off their books. The caveat is that some of that is due to the fact that there have been a lot of failures. Our banking reporter has at times over the last bunch of months on Friday afternoons after 5 o'clock waited and seen press releases come about banks that have failed. So it's less about the performance of the current banks and more about some of these attrition things that are happening. The reason why this is important, banks lend to small businesses create jobs, and the better the banking health of community banks, the more we begin to see some of this economy, struggling economy, begin to turn around.
Yeah, and speaking of businesses, some local law firms are starting to get a little bit creative so that they can stay profitable.
Yeah, we all know about this concept about billable hours, and you make a phone call or an email and it's a certain kind of an hour. These are the traditional ways law firms make money, and what we've been hearing lately is that law firms are looking at creating memberships, retainer fees, and ways to help people and clients and services, which are our viewers and our readers, who consume legal services, ways to make it a little bit more efficient. And law firms are reacting like everybody else in a downturn about more efficient ways to make money, and it's kind of an interesting process. You can begin to negotiate for the kinds of predictable fees that businesses would use, and everybody's looking to be able to plan a little bit better, and law firms are no exception.
All right, we're speaking of interesting ways to make a profit. Some businesses in the Bay Area are taking part in a different kind of trade show.
Yeah, this week we have, well, it's a reverse trade show. It's the Florida Federal Contractors Association held out at the Trade Winds this week. They had 50 small businesses in Pinellas County, and Pinellas has just an incredible defense manufacturing base. What they did out of the Trade Winds is they got together and then they brought in big national prime contractors to come to them. Usually trade shows, you got the big businesses with the big booths and everybody goes and tries to do business. In this case, they had the local businesses and brought in other folks from national to try and develop relationships, to develop new supply lines with Pinellas companies, trade and defense. It's a big part of the sort of the manufacturing base here in Pinellas County especially, and this is a growing trade show, and it's something we thought was interesting enough to feature in the paper in a meaningful way.
Yeah, if it works, they're onto something.
Yeah, I think so. Absolutely. Building on that base is important.
Right, all right. Always good to see you, Alexis.
Likewise, Dia.
And for more Business Journal headlines, go to our website, abcactionnews.com/business.